Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to another, I guess, surprise Sonic Central. How'd this happen? Where'd this come from? Sonic Central. This Tuesday morning. In this time of... At this spot in the world, at this time of day, localized entirely in our homes. Hi, everybody. I hope your morning's going well. I don't even know what to expect today. This came out of nowhere. I found out about this less than 24 hours ago, so I'm excited. But, last year, so let's rewind the clock, right, to last May, or was it even, I guess it might have been early June, when the last one happened. And they said they were going to show what was coming up for Sonic's 30th anniversary. 30 years is a big milestone. 31 is less of a milestone, but a lot of the things that they announced there have yet to happen. So we still haven't seen Sonic Prime. Sonic Origins launches in 2 weeks. And Sonic Frontiers we're just now finally seeing gameplay of. So, I think first and foremost we'll probably see some story content or some context at the very least for what the gameplay we've seen so far for Sonic Frontiers has been. And then of course Shadow the Hedgehog 2, that's coming. That's confirmed.
Chaos Control!
Feels weird to get another one of these after so long. I'm expecting a story trailer. Me too, man. Me too, Nate. Shadowstar, thank you for 2 Vanillions. Everything is better with a hashtag treats for Opie. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. Should we go get the Opie boy? I found out about this Sonic Central literally before I went to bed, says Super Epic Toad Rose. Yeah, it's pretty out of nowhere. I've never known what your actual name is. What is it? I mean, you said it. What do you mean? My name's Vinny. Bring the boy, says some random person. Okay, some random person. And I love you too, random citizen. Let's find the Opie boy. Hold on. Sorry, I got dance. Okay, yeah, let's grab him. Whee! Julie was trying to put sunglasses on him. He was having none of it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the person you really came to see react to things, my cat Opie. What's up, Opie? Alright, let's give him a treat. Opie, if you think that they're announcing Shadow the Hedgehog 2, give us a crunch. He's kind of like Poxitani Phil. He's going to predict Sonic Central. If you get one crunch, you get Shadow the Hedgehog 2. If you get a big old like Slurpee sound, then you get 4 more months of winter. Oh god, it's 4 more months of winter. Thank you, Shadowstar. Look at all the love for Opie in the chat. Watch him inhale the tree. Oh, he did. He's got the best dance moves, Rachel. What? Whoa there. He also just tried to, like, dive out of here. With the power of the crunch, I summon thee, Shadow the Hedgehog 2! It didn't happen, man. What have you done? Watch them actually announce it, though. How funny would that be? I'd be so stoked. Ow, ow. Sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. So, what are you all hoping for today? I personally would love a look at Origins, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and some story content for Frontiers. I think we kind of, you know, I'm back and forth about what I want to see from Origins, because I kind of just want to go, like, I already bought the game, so, like, you know, I'm ready for it. And I kind of just want to go into it because, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's a compilation. Control! So, you know, we've played through all of those games already. So I know what to expect, but I guess I also want to know about the extra content. But I also kind of just want to unlock it all and experience it that way. But, you know, I also want to see it. Shadowstar, thank you for 2 millions. Come on, Opie. I need a crunch on my anniversary. Opie, come on. You can do that. Happy anniversary, Shadowstar. Second chance crunch. There it is. What a guy. What a guy. Thank you, Opie. Thank you, Shadowstar. Happy anniversary. I got you Sonic Central. That was my anniversary gift to you. I made this happen. I said, hey, Mr. Sega, put this on, please. And Mr. Sega responded, that's not my name. And I said, will you please do a Sonic Central? And he's like, I don't make that decision. And I said, will you do it for me anyway? It's Shadowstar 13's anniversary. And he said, okay, I'll do it. Opie, this is the most hair you've ever shed on me at one point in time. Good lord. I feel like you can probably see that at home. There is so much hair. Okay. Guys. So let's see. Let's pull up this. So when I started this, they still haven't put it up on the official Sonic YouTube. They still haven't. I've got IGN's live stream of it is up in one of my tabs. I don't remember how quickly they put it up last time. You know what I mean? But I feel like it was like already ready. So like it's on. They're gonna do it on YouTube, right? I mean, worst case scenario, I could also just go to their Twitch, but you know, it's Twitch, and I'd have to set things up differently. It sounds hard. I already worked medium hard to find all the assets from last year to do this again. It's over here. Okay, hold on. Let's see what this. Oh yeah, there it is. I don't know why it wasn't showing up for me. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. Because now I can get rid of the IGN one. Because I don't want to watch it via IGN. That seems like backwards, you know. Watch a stream of someone else doing the stream. We might as well... Should I live react to Sam Procrastinates? Live react to Sam Procrastinates reactions. I bet we'd agree on like 70% of the content anyway, so...
Chaos control!
Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Chamix. Shout out to all these Sonic content creators on YouTube. Everybody does a great job. It's a good community here. Danimals, thank you for 5 millions. The Sonic Central, it came from where the pretzel bacon pub burger is laid to rest. Also, I hope for more playable characters and some Prime info. You know, I had like a bit of a dream about that. I was like, dude, Shadow and Silver playable in Frontiers? But I think that was just my brain being like, one of those screenshots looks like a screenshot from Sonic 06, so it's the same game. But, you know. I hope so, but... Shruggy. Some random person says, I mean, we're watching you, so... Yeah, but if you were watching me... You know, watching me live reacting to the content they're directly feeding me is one thing, but watching me react to someone else's reaction of the content that's being fed to them. So a reaction of a reaction is like reactionception. I think that we need to... Here's what I should do. Is I should react to last year's and then react to that again. So that we have like layering reactions. I think that's a brilliant idea. It'd be funny if I was reacting to you reacting to a reaction. Exactly. That's how these videos work. If Sam reacted to my live stream, I'd be so thankful for him to even like watch my content. Plus, he had to get up early. Yeah, yeah, man. You're telling me 7:30 a.m. is hard on these old bones. I never wake up that early unless I'm like traveling that day, or if I really am putting forward effort to like work out, I'll wake up that early. But that rarely happens. Not gonna lie. I should work out more, but as you saw when I did Sonic Freeriders, and I was just like, my legs. So we're about 9 minutes away. What other kind of premonitions do we have here, guys? I think a trailer, like a full-on trailer for Sonic Prime, is definitely gonna be there, which I'm interested in. Because I know everybody was stoked on what we saw, like the 3 seconds of footage we saw. And I love our new voice for Sonic. I forget his name, but I think he was wonderful. But we just sort of saw Sonic running in Green Hill, which is somehow the first time we've seen Green Hill in an animated project, which breaks my brain, but, you know. Am I still recovering from Sonic Freeriders? My legs mostly feel better. So, I think we're doing okay. Yes, Devin Mack, thank you. No, I think he's wonderful. But, you know, we've really not seen much other than him smiling at the camera and running. So, I'm more interested to see the concepts that they talked about in the last Sonic Central, so the Shatterverse, and seeing how Sonic, you know, interacts with all that kind of stuff. Dylan, good prediction, the Sega logo. More Sonic dropping on Switch Virtual Console? I'm not sure if they'll do that, because they're doing Sonic Origins, so, like, I don't know, they could put, like, Blast or Spinball on there, I guess. That would make more sense. But I don't think we'll see Sonic 1, 2, or 3 on Virtual Console. It's evening here. Thank goodness they didn't have this later, because then I would have had to stay up very late, says some random person. Yeah, time zones are weird. If Jason Griffith voices Shadow in the third movie, I'll die happy, Alexia says. Listen, like, you know, that'd be, like, pretty exciting. But also, I feel like since Shadow is, like, gonna be, honestly, what sells that movie for a lot of people, they're gonna go with a celebrity. Like, Sonic and Knuckles, you know. Sonic less so, I guess. I wouldn't say... for a lot of people that, you know, Ben Schwartz is like a ticket mover, but I mean, obviously he's very talented. I love Ben Schwartz. He's honestly probably my favorite comedian. But he's not like, it's not like, you know, putting like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the movie. You know, Robert Pattinson would be cool as Shadow. Yeah, you know, anybody that has done that sort of broody thing would do it, but it just better be good, not like his Boom voice. I don't think he's bad in Boom. I really don't think he's that bad. Keanu Reeves or Robert Pattinson. Those are the two names that get thrown around the most. I don't even know who I would like to see most. Like, I would be pumped to see either of them, really. But I don't have, like, a pick that I frequently am, you know, am rooting for, actively rooting for. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's pop out the chat so that I can watch and still read your chat. There's been rumors for Sonic 5, says Easy Scout. That'd be interesting, because one, they'd be acknowledging Sonic 4's existence, and two, and just be, it seems like a weird time to do it. Yeah, Ben Schwartz was great in DuckTales, Rachel. The new DuckTales was a really great show. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, I agree. Cracking my knuckles. It'd be. I was thinking that Knuckles might be voiced by The Rock and was having the same kind of laughs. Like, you know, he references him in the first movie, and then he just shows up as Knuckles. It would have been really funny. Will Arnett for Shadow, says Rachel. Maria. Sure. The guy that's the ultimate life form. Come on! They should declare Mania the official Sonic form and be like, nah, that other one didn't happen. Sonic 4 is so weird, man. This is whatever, you know. It's so weird that it's a thing, but it happened. It happened, you know. That we're 12 years beyond the release of Sonic 4 Episode 1 at this point, which is so bizarre, because it does feel like it was not that long ago, but like, I forget, someone just did a video on that, and I'm sorry, I forget who did it, but they were talking about like the hype leading up to it, and I just had it playing in the background while I was doing some cleaning, and yeah, they did like I forgot about like the Badnik fan art contest they did, and I entered one of these contests that was like you submitted a video talking about how much you loved the series, or a video inspired by the series, and the winners got flown to Japan to play the game first. And it's like, it'd be so funny to be the person that got selected to do that and play the game and be like, oh. I don't know if that'd be your reaction, because like you'd be so hyped that you got flown to Japan by Sega, but you know, those games, they weren't great. What's my opinion on the old History of Sonic videos that I made? God of Wars. I'm proud of them. We're 10 years removed from those now too. So like, you know, the first two anyway were 10 years ago. And those spawned from, I initially started YouTube as someone doing stop motion, and I wanted to give the classic games a little bit more of a story for the people that didn't know like the actual kind of plots that were behind them. So it was mostly like researching the Japanese manuals and stuff like that. And I feel like I made the video at a time that like a lot of that content wasn't really being talked about. So I'm proud of those videos, and I'm glad that they are indeed the canon cutscenes for Sonic Origins. All of my content will be in Sonic Origins. Your Sonic CD video basically got me into Sonic, along with some old Flash animations. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you, Lego Luigi. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I had fun making them. All 4 of those videos, I had a blast making them. Okay, I think we're about to start. Shadow, shut up. I think we're about to start. So let's switch over to this screen. So this time I am facing the correct direction. Last time I was looking away from the screen, but now I have flipped the images to the detriment of Sonic riding a backwards gun board. I flipped the image. I'm looking the correct way. Okay. Premiere will begin shortly. Who's stoked? I'm stoked. My body is ready. Intro Grace made it just in time. Thank you. We got a countdown. We got a countdown, boys. That's what it sounds like. Cool. So we got set the timer for 1 minute and 38 seconds. This chat on the Sonic Central video is going so fast. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got you guys covering up that chat. Strap those soap shoes on, it's go time! What if I just, like, put on soap shoes and did, like, a grind on my, like, record player back there? How cool would I seem if I did that, guys? Would you like me more? Yeah, the premiere countdown music's amazing intro, guys. I don't know, there's something about it that just is like... puts you in a real calm state. I like this countdown, too. This is, I feel like this is a different one than I typically see. I think they have about, like, 15 options that you can do, so I like this one. I may have used this one before and just forgot that I did it. All right. 30 seconds. I'm so pumped. Guess I'm so excited. Obi-Wan Kenobi for Smash. Can't believe they're announcing that. Hey guys, thank you again for being here. Okay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Sonic Central! Okay, this time it doesn't say rated M, so no Shadow the Hedgehog 2. Dang it. It's already out of the question, I guess. Sega. Dope. You love to see it.
Welcome everyone to Sonic Central. My name is Evo.
Why do we have these captions?
We'll look at all the upcoming excitement in the world of Sonic. Last year we celebrated the 30th anniversary
what
of
language was that?
Favorite blue hedgehog.
Thank you for making it.
He's wearing the
and now this year is shaping
Stray
up
Rats
to be
shirt.
our biggest yet.
In April, we saw the incredible success of
He's
Sonic
also wearing
the
Stray Rats.
Hedgehog 2, which opened as the #1 movie globally and once again broke records to become the #1 video game movie in the US. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you for the movie.
We could not have done it without you and everyone's love and support for Sonic.
On behalf of the Sonic team and Sega family, we thank all of you. And now, let's see what the rest of the year holds in store for the Blue Blur.
Okay.
Please enjoy.
What if they're just like, only Shadow
The
News?
games that defined a generation. Roll back to the games that started it all with Sonic Origins, a new collection including the definitive editions
Country
of
Panic,
4
baby.
iconic Sonic titles.
Yeah! Oh, they've got the Sonic World music from Sonic Jam. It's, oh my god, those animated cutscenes are amazing. No joke, like it's exactly like this project is so cool to me because it's literally it's kind of what I've always wanted to see them do with a compilation like this. And with Tyson leading the role on those animated cutscenes. And Knuckles! So you can play it... You can play it in 4x3. I don't know why you would do that. But you can. Boss Rush. That's something that I've wanted. That's cool. Missions. Mirror mode. Mirror mode. Oh my... That would break my brain. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. I love these compilation games with the museums. I have a very fond memory of a vacation where I
Fully
just like
remastered and redefined.
I just played
Experience all
and
Sonic
unlocked
Origins
all
has
that
to
stuff.
offer.
It's so fun.
Coming this month
Sonic
on June
Gems collection.
23rd.
It has a whole
Celebrate Sonic Central
Hold on,
in
my
Sonic Speed Simulator on Roblox.
I haven't gotten a chance to play this, but I've watched a lot of people play it because it looks fun. And I know it's free, so I don't know why I have no excuse. So maybe we'll try this Friday.
Exclusively for Sonic Central. Unlock Amy Chow using a
Cute.
designated code. Free the Electric Chow and reprogram Metal Sonic. Join the fight against
That's
Eggman
awesome.
on June 11th.
I love that.
This summer, unlock special movie-themed characters from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 in both
Nice.
Sonic Forces and Sonic Dash. In November, Super Shadow is joining the battle. This Halloween,
What?
watch out for Mephilus the Dark.
Mephilus.
Player banners. And welcome Sir Percival in Sonic
Mephilus.
and also in Sonic.
Mephilus.
The new Netflix
Oh,
animated
here we go.
series, Sonic Prime,
Say Mephilus
is
again,
coming
please.
soon.
That was amazing.
Here is a sneak peek of our new show for our ultimate fans watching Sonic Central.
Your ultimate fans. This looks better already to me. Oh? Oh my god. I was joking about the Shadow the Hedgehog content, and you're just bringing it to me? I love you, Sega. I love you, Wild Brain. They meant it when they said ultimate. They meant it when they said ultimate. They meant it. That was aimed at me. Thank you.
Please welcome the voice of Sonic
Yes!
from the Sonic movie.
Yes!
With a sneak peek of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Blu-ray and digital.
Let's go.
Guys, this movie was so good.
Schwartz here. I am the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. Please hold your applause. Please check out the home entertainment release of my movie, Sonic 2. Beyond it being another great adventure for Sonic, this time with some new friends,
Let's do this.
Yeah.
it is loaded with a ton of great extras.
Yeah,
It's got
I'm
deleted scenes.
I'm pumped.
What did you put in the coffee?
Hilarious bloopers.
He had beans in his hair.
Tons of fun moments from behind the scenes on set, and to top it off, an exclusive animated short which takes place right after the events of Sonic 2, voiced by yours truly, Ben Schwartz.
I have gotten to see that already, and I thought
So,
that
do
was
me a favor.
I
Put
thought that
down
was
chili
wonderful.
dog and take a look. Right now, or soon. Similar. Do now.
I've got my Steelbook pre-ordered, so I'm pumped
This
for that.
year, we have exciting products from around the world. Straight from Angel Island is an all-new Knuckles-inspired G Fuel, available this summer. Go
Sour
toe-to-toe
Power?
with
Is that
Dr.
what that was
Eggman
called?
with the Eggmobile
Oh,
Battle
what?
Pack. Destroy that meddlesome hedgehog with 5 configurations.
What?
straight from
That's the
game.
coolest thing!
Available this fall from Jack Specific.
Why didn't that exist when I was a kid?
Level
What the
up
heck?
your
That's the
Xbox
coolest
gaming
thing in the
experience
world.
with This Sonic the Hedgehog wireless controller and quick charging stand by Razer. Available this summer.
Get a Razer flip
All
phone
art
with Sonic on
introduces
it.
Beautiful new art. Handmade silkscreen prints are a celebration of the Sonic
That's
timeline
awesome.
as he races towards the future.
That Sonic 2 one's really cool.
Introducing Hype and Sonic the Hedgehog Capsule Collection, featuring energetic designs inspired by the high-octane
Oh.
speedster himself. Check out the upcoming collectibles. First 4 figures resin statues of Amy Rose and
Modern
Miles
ones,
Tails
huh?
Prower.
Yeah, nice.
Have fun on the go. Sonic,
So-
Tails, and
watch
Knuckles
Sonic
are
Tails
now
review
available
these.
as Pez dispensers. Showcase your controller.
Oh wow, they're doing
Just
modern
have a
ones of
place to rest
those.
it in between gaming. Check out the newest cable
The
guide
Emerald
controller
Coast
holder.
base is really cool.
Retro gaming enthusiasts and Sonic fans, find these iconic early 90s aesthetic inspired statues of the Blue Blur. From Japan is a special Sonic soft vinyl figure standing 6 inches tall. Welcome this high-speed hedgehog to your room.
Okay. Sure.
The music continues. Stay tuned for the return of the Sonic the Hedgehog Symphony.
No way.
Relive the magic of the Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony
Tour?
concert live and in person.
Tour?
Watch iconic moments from Sonic
Tour?
history come to life on the big screen alongside a full
You
symphony
gotta be
orchestra.
kidding me. You have to be
With
kidding
a
me.
few new surprises in store.
Please tell me that there's gonna be more than like 3 dates for this. Brazil Game Show this October. Tour dates coming soon. Okay. Tell me there's gonna be more than like 3
Tour
dates.
and info coming soon.
Come to Seattle.
Fall
Please
Guys
come to
is going
Seattle.
free to play on all platforms on June 21st. With an all-new Sonic collaboration coming to Fall Guys in August 2022. Come play as Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails.
Cool. I've never done Fall Guys. But the aesthetic's great.
To celebrate Sonic Frontiers,
Oh my
we are
God.
excited to present a sneak peek of a new animated special featuring
Perfect.
Knuckles and taking place before the events of the game. We hope you enjoy this exclusive first look.
So last year I said that I think it might have to do with echidnas, so... God. Oh my God, I love this art style.
We look forward to
Wow, what? Oh, come on.
this year, prior to the release of Sonic Frontiers.
Oh. Okay. Yep. My body is ready. Give me some context to this game. This must be some sort of boss fight. Okay.
Hey Sonic fans, want to see more of Sonic Frontiers? Then be sure to visit IGN.com right now and all June long, because Sonic Frontiers is the IGN first cover story. You can watch the world-exclusive gameplay reveal right now, as
Okay.
well as the first ever hands-on preview, with more coming later in the month, including interviews with the Sonic Frontiers development team.
Yeah,
and
we'll
more.
definitely
You
check out
gotta
that
go
hands-on
fast to
preview
IGN.
after this is all done.
Sonic Frontiers is on its way. There's more details to come, so be sure to follow us on the official social channels in the video description below.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for tuning in to Sonic Central.
Man. Was that all? That was all. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we got to switch over to IGN. You know? We didn't get all that much new info. But listen. Listen, guys. Here's the thing. Shadow the Hedgehog's in the cartoon. That's huge. I think the thing that I'm honestly most stoked about, because I mean, I was already stoked for Sonic Origins. I am very hyped for the Sonic Frontiers animation. But I think the thing that I was most stoked about was the Jack-specific egg pod. That is so cool. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band, and you know, they didn't have an egg pod for the Eggman toys that were available at the time. What I always used, I wonder if I still have it. Hold on. I do still have it. So, the Fantastic Four movie, the first one, with Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis. Who else was in that movie? Anyway, when that movie came out, there was some toys, and there was a Fantastic car, and my friend had the Fantastic car, and the four fell off of it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if my Eggman toy would fit in here, and he does. So I always used this as the egg pod as a kid for my Toy Island Eggman from Sonic Adventure. Anyway, I digress. What was your guys' favorite part other than Shadow the Hedgehog? Because, I mean, like, Shadow the Hedgehog is... oh, my God! Hold on. Yeah, you're right. It was... how did he say it? It was like... Mephilus. That was the best part. That guy saying Mephilus. Mephilus. The emphasis on the Phil was so funny to me. Okay, IGN, I guess. It's so weird to me that that Sega's like, hey guys, the company that literally said Sonic was never good, will you please be who we asked to exclusively debut gameplay footage? Strange, but okay. Weird flex, but okay.
Sonic's done a lot in 30 years.
Oh
He's been
god.
pioneer of the high-speed 2D platformer,
Thank you for not saying he had a
Olympic
rough
athlete,
transition to
a
3D.
respectable kart
Do
racing
not say it.
enthusiast, a fighter,
Don't say
a
it.
TV star, and
Don't
a
say it.
Hollywood blockbuster movie star as well. But he's never done open world.
Okay.
And Sonic Frontiers
Not really,
exists to
anyway.
change that.
I don't know,
was fortunate
would you
to
say
be the
that
first
Sonic
people
Boom is
outside
open
Sonic
world?
team to go hands-on with Sonic Frontiers, and let me just say, if you're worried about how the Blue Blur will fare in this unfamiliar genre, well, I think Crush 40 probably put it best.
Ah!
Open your heart. It's gonna be alright.
Oh. I thought you were telling me that they had a new song and you were going to be like, here it is. Okay, whatever.
The first thing that struck me about Sonic Frontiers was how uniquely somber and serene it was right from the outset. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. There's no one for Sonic to bounce quips off of, no energetic Crush 40 soundtrack, just wide open fields as far as the eye can see.
Okay.
There's an air of mystery in Sonic Frontiers, and it's a vibe that's driven home even further by the beautiful yet minimalist piano melodies that accompany Sonic.
And the
as he explores
fastest
the island.
seagull of all time. And when I first saw that in the first gameplay that they showed off, I thought that was like the eagle that you can grab onto in Sonic 06. So I wonder if that
This
is
a
the
very
case.
intentional choice. I asked Sonic Team head Takashi Iizuka to describe how the tone of Sonic Frontiers differs from previous Sonic games, and he said, past games in the Sonic series have taken different tones depending on their stories and themes. This time, these mysterious islands are the game's major setting. That's why our artists have worked hard to create a mysterious
Okay.
mood. Of course, the big new change in Sonic Frontiers is the shift from purely linear levels to a huge open world where Sonic can freely run in any direction.
Yeah.
But Sonic Team doesn't like to use the term open world to describe Sonic Frontiers' gameplay.
Open
Instead
zone.
referring to its style as being open zone.
Yeah.
Open world games like Zelda or other AAA games fundamentally have RPG or adventure worlds.
This is
Sonic, the
this is
core
a Zelda.
is a 3D
We promise.
game. Our basic idea was to have that take place in an open space. What sets Sonic Frontiers apart is this different approach to an open
Okay.
game world. Having played Sonic Frontiers for about 4 hours, it's easy to
4
see
hours?
what Izuka-san means.
Okay.
Sonic Frontiers' open zone design is very different from any other open world I played. It's a giant playground. Every few feet, there's a bumper spring that bounces you like a pinball between 5 other bumpers before putting you on one of the many grindable rail tracks. Or a
Okay.
speed ramp that sets you on a completely different path leading to some other collectible or reward.
I
Or
think that
a
they
line of
kind of
rings
have to
that you
have
like
those
dash into. Essentially, they've
so
taken
that-
core appeal
okay, you
of
do
every
have
side
Lightspeed
level
dash,
having
that's a good thing to
multiple
know.
paths that eventually loop back around to the main one, and applied that to these giant
Yeah.
non-linear open zones.
Yeah, I think
One
that
thing that
you
has
kind
to
of
be noted is that very
need
few of these
the
elements-
I think you kind of need those springs and rails to make sure that you like at least end up where the game needs you to end up. Which I mean, like, I you know, it's a weird thing, right? Sonic and open world as a concept. But I think that until I'm really able to like kind of play around with it, will like kind of have a proper feel for it. But like, you know, you have to end up at certain spots for a story to take place, right? So I would imagine that the only way that they can guarantee you'll end up there is by, you know, putting bumpers and grind rails to send you in that direction. So anyway, I just thought I'd kind of, that's what was on my mind, so I thought I'd bring that up.
giant non-linear open zones. One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost rings, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air all around, which isn't totally unusual for a Sonic game, but it feels especially
There's a
jarring
pop-in,
in
though.
Frontiers in particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the
Yeah.
otherwise very naturalistic art style.
Okay.
Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build, but this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement in the final version. Beyond that, there are also a wide variety of puzzles and challenges.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, yeah, like you said, it's an early build, but it's just so funny that, like, it's literally what everyone's been saying about this.
That are littered throughout the zone. and completing them is how you uncover sections of your map.
I wonder
Most
if
sections are
that's
very simple,
like,
requiring you
you
to
know, they
orient
saw
the
everyone
statue
was
the
saying
correct
that
way,
too.
quickly hop back and forth between colored tiles, or use Sonic's new side loop ability to draw circles around certain objects in the environment to interact with them. The
What'd
best
they call
ones,
that?
though, are the races against the clock, where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited amount of time.
I'm sorry, I thought it was going to be races against the bird. I thought that there was going to be bird races in Sonic Frontiers. Hashtag bring bird races to Sonic Frontiers. I want to race a bird.
The openness of Frontiers level design makes straightforward races like these a ton of fun, because you have to try and improvise a path to the end that might not be immediately obvious.
Yeah. I do kind of like that. That's fun.
There are some exceptions, but combat in traditional Sonic games generally isn't a thing that goes much deeper than jumping, rolling, or using a homing attack into enemies at the right time. That changes in Sonic Frontiers, which
Yeah,
now
but what
has you
about
fighting
when you
all
press a
sorts
bunch of
of
buttons in
wandering
Sonic
enemies
06?
and mini-bosses using an all-new array of incredibly flashy attacks. It's not all style and no substance, though. Sonic is able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons
Yeah,
on the gamepad, and by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing. His homing attack also feels much more powerful, landing with a ton of impact and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for a flurry of follow-up strikes. One of the things I really appreciate
that
about
attack.
the combat from what I played
I thought was
is that
cool.
there are usually multiple ways to deal with specific enemies. Like, take for example this guy, who has an impenetrable shell that he can expand into spinning blades and throw at you. One way to deal with him is just to carefully time your homing attacks so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small. To increase that window, you can either parry the blades and knock them away right before they hit you,
Or run
you
around
can
them.
even use Sonic's side loop ability to encircle
Side
the
loop.
enemy, which
That's what he
causes
called
the
it.
shell to go flying upwards.
Side loop. Fascinating. Yeah, that looks like Sonic Wind from Sonic Adventure 2, which is cool.
Will reward you with EXP that you can use to purchase new skills from a skill tree, which gives Sonic Frontiers a really nice feeling of power progression.
I
Even
was
just the relatively
thinking
short
that
amount of
there
time
has
that
to
I
be
played.
some sort of skill
Some
tree in
the
this
later
game, so that
skills
makes sense.
you can get are just unbelievably cool. And it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with different ways that Sonic can attack enemies beyond just spins, jumps, and bumps. In addition to these smaller enemies, there are also a handful of enormous world bosses that I had to contend with. These are near
I thought the video feed froze, and then I saw the bird. Sorry, the bird's my favorite part of the game, everybody.
There are also a handful of enormous world bosses that I had to contend with. These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to bait the Titan to stand
Asura.
the ground and then boost up its arm in order to reach the weak spots on its head.
There's
It's
3 birds!
far beyond anything I've seen in the Sonic
Where are you
series
going?
to date, but it's
Birds, come
also
back!
part of the game that
Why
needs
are there
to be
so many
explored.
birds?
Far too
I've
often I'd fly off the boss's arm without knowing why.
That's all I
or
care
get
about
to the top
now.
and for some reason lack the momentum needed to actually reach the head. Sonic must hunt down and defeat these bosses in order to collect portal gears, which open up portals that lead to bite-sized linear stages, done in the style of previous Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of both old and new styles.
Okay,
These
cool.
classic levels each come with a handful of optional goals, like beating the level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings,
they 2D
and
or
so
3D
on,
though?
with each goal rewarding you with a vault key, which are needed to unlock the coveted Chaos Emeralds.
Okay. Huh.
Sonic Frontiers is an exciting new step forward for the Sonic series into uncharted territory.
Okay,
And
I
based
feel
on my
like we
time
got...
with it, Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula. There's certainly still work to be done before it's released during the holiday season. There's a lot of distracting pop-in, there's a fair amount of bugs still left to be squashed,
Yeah.
and the big boss fights could do with some tweaking. But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely. Thanks for watching,
Good.
and tune into IGN for
That's
more
good to hear him
Frontiers coverage
being
as
hopeful
part of
about it,
IGN
and honest.
And for
You know,
everything else,
I'm happy that he's like, listen, like these are problems, and I hope that they're fixed. Because it's easy to be like, listen, Sega paid me to play this game; it's the greatest game of all time. So I'm happy that there was some honesty in there. I wish this would have just been what they showed off in the first place, to give us a better feeling of what this game is, because without any narration or anything in the first video that they did, it was like, why do I care about this? Why do I care about Sonic running in an open field? Link eat a Taki. Anyway. Wow, many linear stages remind me of Unleashed, says Dylan. Yeah, I'm curious to see those. I wish they would have shown those off. I wonder if I mean, like, they're doing this whole month-long situation. I wonder if we're gonna see those down the line later in the month. Hey guys, here's the song I was playing. This is the main menu, Shadow the Hedgehog. Let's play it. But I'm just curious, basically, if those are 2D or 3D. I think that will kind of make a difference in a lot of things, I guess. You know, because we are getting, you know, a fully 3D experience with the open world. So I wonder if they're going to try to appeal to the classic fans. It seems so crazy to me that, like, you can have both, right? You can have both in one game. But it seems like they've been doing the same thing for about 14 years now, since Unleashed, putting 3D and 2D into the same gameplay style. And you don't necessarily have to, right? You can have the two coexist. You can have a 3D game and a 2D game. And I think that Sonic Mania really, if nothing else, really helped prove that, like, you know, it's okay. You can have them be separate. But I understand, like, I think in their minds, I think in a lot of, like, Sega of Japan especially's minds, people won't want to play it unless they are experiencing the full nostalgia of the 2D games. And that's just not true. There's so many Sonic fans that were born into an era of like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Heroes that love the 3D gameplay and would be totally fine with a fully 3D adventure. So it's a catch-22. You gotta there's so many different types of Sonic fans now. Trying to get them all encapsulated into one game feels like a fool's errand at this point. But that's my opinion anyway. I think that I think that this showcase was the best of the showcases so far that they've done through IGN. But I still need to know a little more, I think. I would like to know more about the plot. He kind of gave a little more away there, but I still feel like I'm in the dark on that. I was really hoping that Ian Flynn was going to be on this Sonic Central, because he tweeted something like "knowing smile," and he must have been talking about the animation that they teased. But Ian Flynn, for those who don't know, is the writer of IDW Sonic. He wrote a lot of Archie Sonic towards the end of its run, so the good stuff. And he's writing the game. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. That was a Central. There was a thing in a center. And there was Sonic. And Shadow. What was the Super Shadow and Mephiles coming to, like, Sonic Dash, right? I guess that was the Super Shadow thing. I was just so stoked to see a new Super Shadow render that I was just like, what is, I didn't process what this was. I know it's just rumors, but ironically, I could see a Chow Garden actually working really well in Frontiers. I could too. I think that, like, that would be an interesting way to do the skill tree, because in Sonic Runners, which was a mobile game that doesn't exist anymore, but that was kind of how they did skills in that game, was you had like a little mini Chow Garden, and you could hatch a bunch of Chow. Like, it was like, you know, it was more pay to win kind of situation where you spun a wheel and you got a Chow egg, and your Chow would give you different abilities, and it would just follow you. Mephiles. Yeah, sorry, Mephiles. Mephiles from The Office. Mephiles. Poor guy. He had no idea. They handed him that name, and he was just like, what is this? I don't blame him. But it is very funny as a Sonic fan. But Phyllis. I feel like the plot is going to be something we all praise. It's the gameplay I'm concerned about, says Nathan. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's so hard to tell without being able to play it. I want them to do a demo, but I also want to know, like, you know, he said this is an older build, the one that I'm playing, but, like, when did he play this? How old is this footage? I don't know, like, and it seems weird for Sega to be like, hey guys, here's old footage. You know? It seems like a weird decision to market your game based off of, like, a older build. So I would imagine that it has to be somewhat close to final because the game's out in just a few months. I'm assuming it comes out in November, so you know we're 5 months removed from it. But we'll see. Open beta would be welcome. Yeah. I think it's hard for them because it is a single player experience, and I feel like since it's open world, where do they start and stop with their demo? Like, I think they would have to really kind of go out of their way to make a demo. But yeah, how old is the build? We talking years or months? Yeah, I would assume just months, but like he very well could have, like, this could be footage from like January, you know. November or December, it says holiday. Sonic games have a track record of releasing in mid-November. So that's what I would imagine it would be. I think Sonic Forces was like November 17th. But typically they do that so that you're able to, you know, moms or dads or grandparents are able to go and buy the game for whoever on Black Friday. Even if it's not on sale, they'll be able to see it and be like, oh, Sonic, my nephew, daughter, son, friend, twice removed, loves Sonic, you know, and they'll pick it up. November 7th. Okay, yeah. Yeah, like mid to early November is typically the idea so that, yeah, everyone can get it for the holidays. They're really pounding this whole mysterious theme for this game, and I understand not wanting to give too much away. They're not doing a great job of selling it. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like, I get having the mood of mystery, but also I think that it would work just fine if we had like the typical kind of like groove and beat rather than, you know, like Otani has, that's the composer for the game. Otani's done a lot of work for Sonic. Most notably for me anyway would be the soundtrack for Sonic Unleashed, which I think is maybe the best. It's one of the best Sonic soundtracks of all time. But they also led Sonic Forces soundtrack, which is to me one of the not greatest Sonic soundtracks of all time. And as a musician, you know, I do like experimenting with different sounds and stuff, and this is clearly inspired by Breath of the Wild. There's no disputing that from sound design to visual design, it's very Breath of the Wild inspired. But I don't feel like you need to carbon copy the like beautiful piano forward soundtrack. I think that you can take that and also meld it with what kind of works for Sonic. And I think it can work, you know, for your first introduction to the open world, like having it play for like, you know, the first like maybe like hour of the game or something, but I would expect it to hopefully amp up once Sonic kind of has a more idea of what's going on and the player has more of an idea what's going on. it feels weird having Sonic run around with summer music. It doesn't get me hyped, you know what I mean? They didn't even show what consoles it was going to be on? Yeah, they did. They did. I think they did in the central video. I guess, hold on. Let's go back. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You know, I take it back. This is the best thing that came out of this. Sonic Symphony Tour. Hell yeah. I'm pumped for that. Sonic Frontiers Prologue. Dope. Like, this is beautiful. Might as well make this my wallpaper. Seriously. The respect, you know, of what's come before, and this is straight up Sonic Adventure. So cool. Love that. I hope that we get to see that location, honestly, in the game. I hope that more of Sonic's friends are involved in this. I swear, they showed the consoles it was going to be on. Am I crazy? No, they did. Right here, right? Or is this the preview of the prologue? Okay. Show me the consoles. I know I looked at them. I looked at them at some point during all of this. I know I did. Evo. Evo, help me, please. Don't look at me like that, man. Okay. Hands-on impression video. Is it at the end of this? Do they even show the logo in this at all? I don't feel like they do. Where did I see this? Guys, am I crazy? I know we looked at this. Am I thinking of Sonic Origins then? I know I looked at it. I know I looked at it. At the very least, it's in the other trailers, but I feel like they showed it today. It says once he flees to the island at the beginning. Yeah, they definitely showed him last Central. Yeah, Steam, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, S and X, and Switch. There's your consoles. Check out the consoles! Yeah, I must have just been thinking of what they showed on Origins. Yeah, if you can play as everyone, it would be dope. Back in the Crispy Central. Got some great taste in tunes. Hey, thank you. I like to share the more obscure kind of Sonic music. This this is the same playlist I had last year. This is from a little CD that they just called Sonic Remix. I think it's good. It's good music. All right, let's go back to Evo's sly little face over here. Let's just go through this one more time, right? Like, start to finish. Thank you for watching Sonic 2, Sonic Origins. It looks good. Like, nice and crisp. The widescreen is gonna be so nice to finally have on consoles. Because I love those mobile ports, but I hate playing on mobile, right? Like, I don't want to just touch my screen to play the game. The further menus there also, the full kind of world map is really cool. I love the attention to detail of the museum being the Sonic 3D Blast Island, the missions being the island from Sonic Spinball. And I like that Sky Sanctuary is kind of floating up here. I think that's cool. I do think it's an interesting concept that they are still like, you know, you can play in 4x3 if you want. Seems like an insane thing to do. I don't know why you would want to do that, but all the power to everybody that wants to play in 4x3.
Chaos control!
Thank you very much, Animals. I think cast might change. We've heard no one. I don't think so. I think they've confirmed that both Roger and Cindy Robinson, at the very least, are back. And Mike Pollock is for sure back. Just because we haven't heard anyone doesn't mean that they're not still there. I have no reason to think that they'd change the cast, but you never know. In the combat showcase that they did a little while back, Sonic, when he falls off of one of the bosses, kind of chuckles to himself, and definitely sounded like Roger. Seriously though, I'd love to see UCAN and Nate do another G Fuel stream. They're not gonna do another gross one though, is the thing. I don't know. I still got the chili dog G Fuel. I've had this plan to use it for another video, but I can't tell if it's like even worth it to do it. Oh wait, hold on.
Halloween. Watch out for Mephilus the Dark.
So good. Mephilus. Gets him every time. Mephilus. So yeah, yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Sonic Central.
Let's check this out one more time. It's pretty cool. I like Shadow the Hedgehog. This was kind of like the strangest part. You know, this is just straight up an ad. Like earlier in the thing, they're like, "Hey, thanks everyone for watching and supporting the movie," and then they just sort of drop this in the middle. Like, what's really funny is like, they filmed so. I know this is normal, but I feel like I've seen so much from this day. They filmed so many interviews and little things like this all in one day. Before the movie played in every showing that I saw it at, I saw the movie 7 times in theaters, guys. Every showing I saw, they had a message from the cast, and it was all from this. They're in the same outfits, they're in the same spot, they're in the same chair. So they had to have sat there for at least several hours because there's a bunch of interviews. Like, they had to do so many interviews all in one day. But, you know, it makes sense because all of these actors have busy schedules. So I guess it makes sense to do it all in one day. But still, it just kind of cracks me up. I'm like, oh yeah, there he is. He's in that yellow shirt just sitting there again. Okay, so yeah, merch. I think a lot of this was shown off prior to this Sonic Central. I don't know if they needed to do a Sonic Central today, really. I feel like the biggest thing that was announced, honestly, was the tour, which I'm stoked for. I wish they would have had some dates prepared. I guess they have the one for Brazil, which is great. Shout out to all the Brazilian Sonic fans. But this is cool. This thing is literally the coolest thing in the world. I love this. I love that this exists. This is amazing. It's so cool. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful item. So awesome. Another Sonic themed controller. Listen, I'm a PlayStation and Switch guy, so I could take it or leave it. I guess I could use that on my PC, but I've got my DualShock. We're good. You know what I mean? I do like that stuff, especially this Sonic 2 inspired one. That's pretty fun. Although canonically, I don't think the Death Egg explodes. Well, no, I guess it does, but not to that extent. I don't know. Whatever. What do I know? This was shown off beforehand, I feel like, because I feel like I've seen this. Because I was like, yo, that's the coolest Knuckles shirt. I love that. And the dude looks cool showing it off. These first 4 figure statues, I'd be more hyped about if I collected these. But they're huge, and they're expensive. They're like $400 each. I've given thought to the Shadow one, but I'm not going to do it, guys. That's kind of fun. I like the Emerald Coast, like I said earlier. This cracked me up because he's like, these 90s inspired designs. And I'm like, do you mean Sonic's design? Or are you saying that, like, this tint of blue and grayscale are 90s inspired? Also, this is ugly. I'm just going to come out and say it. This thing's a little ugly. No, I'm not going to Brazil. Sonic Symphony's going to Brazil. I would love to visit Brazil, but I don't know. This is I'm so cool. This is going to be so much fun. I really hope that they do a pretty big tour for this. I want to see at the very least 10. I want to see at least 10 dates, right? Like, please don't limit it to just like, you got one North America, you've got one Europe, and you've got Japan. Don't do that. Don't do that, please. I mean, it's already a pretty good sign, you know, with them doing Brazil. I think that's amazing. Dennis, I expect nothing. I'm still disappointed. Generally heartbroken and upset. I wasn't expecting too much, but like I said, I don't know if today constituted doing a Sonic Central. I don't think there was enough that they were showing off to really, like, knock any socks off. Well, apparently they were already going to do a Sonic Central last month, but yeah, so I guess they felt the need to do it. I never saw them, you know, I didn't see any whispers of Sonic Central happening in May. But I feel like it would have been a better time to do it, because, like, if this is where they premiered the footage, would have been one thing. I think that maybe that was what the plan was, and then somehow they had a deal with IGN. I don't understand what the relationship is here.
Chaos control!
Okay, back to the Fall Guys. They called They called Knuckles Tails? No way. No way.
Oh, coming soon.
All right, hold on, let me shut this up so we can hear this.
Fall Guys is going free to play on all platforms on June 21st. With an all-new Sonic collaboration coming to Fall Guys in August 2022. Come play as Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails.
Knuckles, Sonic, and Tails. They just don't show off Tails for whatever reason. It would have been so funny if they were just like, Sonic and Tails! Okay. Alright. So let's see. Let's keep going through this a little bit. So yeah, actually, I do want to listen to what they have to say here.
To celebrate Sonic Frontiers, we are excited to present a sneak peek of a new animated special featuring Knuckles and taking place before the events of the game. We hope you enjoy this exclusive first look.
Taking place before the events of the game. We've got that crackly light. Do we still think
forward
this
to
is
sharing
Phantom
the entire
Ruby
short later
related?
this year, prior to the release of Sonic.
Because, like, I don't know, man. I want to know more about this plot. We're a year in, and I feel like we don't know anything more than we knew last year. Am I wrong? Like, what kind of new information have we gotten about the plot within the last, like, year? I don't really feel like much. I think that, like, I guess in 2022, because at the end of last year we got another trailer where they have that voice. There it is. I knew they showed this. There it is. They're all there. What console what console are they playing the footage on for IGN, I wonder? Do we think this is like so I got a rough transition to 3D. I had to say it, I'm sorry. Like, do we think we're watching like the PC build? Work in progress gameplay build, it says. Yeah, the pop-in is just... It's a hefty pop-in. It's Hefty Poppins, my favorite British nanny, Hefty Poppins. Watch it be switched, and like colors, it is the worst version. I don't know. I don't know if the Switch is this powerful though. If I'm being honest, I'm playing Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga on it right now, and I don't feel like, I don't know, maybe this could be Switch, but like this feels too high res to be that off in the distance on the Switch. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about specs, right? I'm not that smart. Should we watch this again? Let's actually do that. Let's just listen to what this guy's got to say one more time. I feel like I didn't give him... I was laughing too hard at the birds. I don't care about what he says the first 20 seconds, but let's just...
Frontiers fixes
Let's drop in here one more time.
I was fortunate enough to be one of the first people outside of Sonic Team to go hands-on with Sonic Frontiers, and let me just say, if you're worried about how the blue blur
no new
will fare
information
in this
plot-wise,
unfamiliar
yeah.
genre, well, I think Crush 40 probably put it best. Open your heart. It's gonna be alright.
Have you seen that one video by AAA game dev that looked at this game, pointed out everything from dev's perspective about how bad it is? No, I haven't seen that, but...
After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but an AI voice
Breath of the
guiding
Wild
him to
exists.
collect the chaos.
Yeah, but that's kind of got
Anyone
a little
from
bit more of
Sonic
a shell-shaded
energetic
art style.
Crush 40 soundtrack,
But you
just
could be right.
wide open fields as far as the eye can see. There's an air of mystery in Sonic Frontiers, and it's a vibe that's driven home even further by the beautiful yet minimalist piano melodies that accompany Sonic as he explores the island.
I'm sorry, I was reading chat. I didn't even listen to what he said. It's like the most important
Further,
part.
by the beautiful, wide open fields as far as the eye can see. There's an air of mystery in Sonic Frontiers, and it's a vibe that's driven home even further by the beautiful yet minimalist piano melodies that accompany Sonic as he explores the island.
Okay, and never mind. You didn't say anything.
This is a very intentional choice. I asked Sonic Team head Takashi Iizuka to describe how the tone of Sonic Frontiers differs from previous Sonic games, and he said, past games in the Sonic
Sonic is
series have
separated from
taken
Tails and
different
Amy,
tones
Chaos
depending on their
Emeralds,
story's
something with
themes.
Knuckles, that's
This
it.
time,
They want to
these
keep the story a
mysterious
secret.
islands are the game's major setting.
That's
why
fair.
our artists have worked hard to create a mysterious
But I feel like a
mood.
context
Of course,
would really
the
help.
big new change in Sonic Frontiers is the
A
shift
story
from
trailer,
purely
I think,
linear
would have
levels
been
to a huge open world where
so
Sonic
helpful.
can freely run in any direction. But Sonic Team doesn't like to use the term open world to describe Sonic Frontiers' gameplay, instead referring to its style as being open zone. Open world games like Zelda or other AAA games fundamentally have RPG or adventure worlds. For Sonic, the core here is a 3D action game. Our basic idea was to have that take place in open space. What sets
3D
Sonic
action
Frontiers apart
game.
is this different approach to an open game world. Having played Sonic Frontiers for about 4 hours, it's easy to see what Izuka-san means. Sonic Frontiers' open zone design
Love that
is
bird.
very different from any other open world I've played. It's a giant playground. Every few feet, there's a bumper spring that bounces you like a pinball between 5 other bumpers before putting you on one of the many grindable rail tracks. Or a speed ramp that sets you on a completely different path leading to some other collectible or reward. Or a line of rings that you can lightspeed dash into. Essentially, they've taken that core appeal of every Sonic level having multiple paths that eventually loop back around to the main one, and applied that to these giant non-linear open zones. One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost rings, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air all around, which isn't totally
Open
unusual
zone.
for a
We're
Sonic
totally
game,
not open
but it
world.
feels
We don't do
especially
world, we do
jarring
zone.
for
Get it
Frontiers in
right.
particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the otherwise very naturalistic art style. Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build.
It's
But
definitely
this
more
is
ambitious than
definitely an area
Forces.
that I would hope to see improvement in the final version. Beyond that, there are also a wide variety of puzzles and challenges that are littered throughout the zone, and completing them is how you uncover sections of your map. Most of these are very simple, requiring you to orient a statue the correct way, quickly hop back and forth between colored tiles, or use Sonic's new side loop ability to draw circles around certain objects in the environment to interact with them. The best ones, though, are the races against the clock, where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited
I still
amount
wish
of
it was
time.
races
The
against the
openness of
bird, man.
Frontiers level
I wish you were
design makes
racing a bird.
straightforward races like these a ton of fun, because you have to try and improvise a path to the end that might not be immediately obvious.
Those do look kind of fun.
There are some exceptions, but combat in traditional Sonic games generally isn't a thing that goes much deeper than jumping, rolling, or using a homing attack into enemies at the right time. That changes in Sonic Frontiers, which now has you fighting all sorts of wandering enemies and mini-bosses using an all-new array of incredibly flashy attacks. It's not all style.
What do
and
these
no
enemies
substance,
look
though.
like? What? Why are they?
Sonic is able to quickly
They
dodge
kind of look like
using the
Subspace
buttons on the
Emissary.
gamepad, and by
Oh, you know what they look
pressing
like?
He can even parry attack.
You know what they look like? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Let me pause this for a second. You know what these things look like? I'm not crazy, I promise. Do you guys remember the Godzilla movie from 2014? The Mutos. The Mutos, baby! That's what those things look like to me. Anyway. Which one was it? Okay, there you go. I've got like 12 tabs open now.
Sonic attack also feels much more powerful, landing with a ton of impact and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for a flurry of follow-up strikes. One of the things I really appreciate about the combat from what I played is that there are
Maybe the
usually multiple
AI
ways to
element
deal
from
with
the
specific
game
enemies.
made a bunch
Like,
of birds
for
to watch
example,
Sonic
this
collect
guy
the
who has an
emeralds.
impenetrable shell
What
that
if the
you can
birds
expand,
actually
spin
mean
blades,
something?
and throw at you. One way to deal with him is just to carefully
He's just gotta
time your
like
homing
that.
attacks so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small. To increase that window, you can either parry the blades and knock them away right before they hit you, or you can even use Sonic's side loop ability to encircle the enemy, which causes the shell to go flying upwards.
I don't think Sega has to approve this script.
Defeating these enemies will reward you with
Lego
XP,
Luigi,
and you
I
just purchase new skills from a skill tree, which gives Sonic
I don't know.
a really nice feeling of power.
I don't know what the rules are
in
with
just
this.
the relatively short amount of time that I played. Some of the later skills that you can get are just unbelievably cool, and it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with different ways that Sonic can attack enemies beyond just spins, jumps, and bumps. In addition to these smaller enemies, there are also a handful of enormous world bosses that I had to contend with. These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to bait the Titan to slam the ground and then boost up its arm in order to reach the weak spots on its head. It's an ambitious boss battle, far beyond anything I've seen in the Sonic series to date, but it's also the part of the game that needs the most work. Far too often I'd fly off the boss's arm without knowing why, or I'd get to the top and for some reason lack the momentum needed to actually reach the head. Sonic must hunt down and defeat these bosses in order to collect portal gears, which open up portals that lead to
That's gonna be me when I play the game. Just gonna run into the wrong things.
Giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of both old and new styles. These classic levels each come with a handful of optional goals, like
Okay, hold on.
level under a certain
I did
time,
it again. I just talked over what I wanted to hear.
so on, full of optional nice mix of both linear stages. In order to collect portal gears, which open up portals that lead to bite-sized linear stages, done in the style of previous Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of both old and new styles. These classic levels each come with a
I feel like that
handful of
means
goals,
it's gonna be a
like
2D
beating the
section.
level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings, and
I feel like
so
that's
on,
what that
with each
means.
goal rewarding you with a vault key, which are needed to unlock the coveted Chaos Emeralds.
It's good that Chaos Emeralds
Sonic
are involved. I
Frontiers
kind of
is an
expected that with
exciting new
Flynn
step
being
forward for the Sonic series
charge
into
of the plot,
uncharted
though.
territory. And based on my time with it, Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula. There's certainly still work to be done before it's released during the holiday season. There's a lot of distracting pop-in, there's a fair amount of bugs still left to be squashed, and the big boss fights could do with some tweaking. But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely.
Okay.
Thanks for watching and tune into IGN.
Okay,
for more.
yeah, I hope that
As part of IGN first.
I
And
hope that means that,
here
you know,
on IGN.
Sega hears this and they're working on it. I really sincerely do hope that's what that means. What's up, KN? There he is, running through some tall grass. Let me think about it. All that grass is taller than he is. That's some tall grass, guys. That's some wild grass. There's no groundskeeper over there. Not a groundskeeper in sight. What else do we want to talk about here, man? Like, listen.
To collect the Chaos Emeralds.
Okay, hold on. Actually, shut up, Sonic Mega Collection. I do want to hear that one more time. I do want to hear him kind of give the vague description of the plot one more time.
Island, with nothing but an AI boy. It was right from the outset. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. There's no one for Sonic to bounce quips off of, no energetic...
So, a wormhole appears and separates him from his friends. He gets sucked into the wormhole with Tails and Amy. That's interesting, man. That's real interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wanna know more about what that all means. The AI voice, you want it to be Tails. Yeah, I'm sure that Ian has definitely given Tails a better role than he's had. It seems like the AI voice is connected to the island. To me, anyway. And remember all the, like, very early leaks? We're talking about Ghost Girl. I think the AI voice is, it might even be Cindy Robinson, honestly. But she kind of said that Because in that previous trailer, there's that voice, right? And I think it was confirmed that voice was Amy. So maybe that's not the AI voice. I don't know. What if Sonic is in the AI? What if Sonic is the AI, man? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of the case. Sonic's just in the Matrix. This is a raid. Super Vine Sauce. I am looking at the chat. Literally reading the chat. Acid the Wolf. Come at me again. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Imagine the AI voice being Mephilus. Mephilus. That's the best part of this stream. Mephilus. The true villain ends up being Penders. The only character he forgot to license was himself. The ultimate power move. Shadow Star, that's amazing. Yes, Mephilus. Has Opie? He's doing good. He was a little mad because we were messing with him right before the stream, but yeah, he got over it. What are your thoughts on the momentum in the game? It really does feel like they just sort of are using the same engine as Forces and just put it into this open world kind of situation. I'm just gonna set this to loop, but I don't know. Without being able to play it, it's hard to say. I think that like I don't know, Joe Schmo on Twitter was like, "Look, I implemented AI into my basic code. I'm better than you." I think that's the wrong kind of attitude to have about all this. The games are designed the way they are for a reason. And that's not an excuse, honestly, but like, you know, they're making it the way that they're making it because that's the way they want to make it, I guess is what I'm getting at. Rachel, thank you for $4.99. Since my 20th birthday is tomorrow, may I have an early birthday shout out from Shadow? Rachel, happy early 20th birthday. I hope that it's spent counting down every candle that is on your presumed cake. Don't put it in ice cream. Well, you could put it in ice cream. You have an ice cream cake? 20 candles. Count them now. Happy birthday. Yeah, like I think it's you can be critical of the game, and don't get me wrong, I have been, but I think that there is a difference between looking at something critically and pessimistically, you know, like and just like being like, see, I told you this is gonna suck. There's nothing they can do about it. It sucks. I think is the wrong attitude. Because I mean, there are a lot of positives to this, and like I keep saying, I think until like we have a little bit of a hands-on, we're not going to be able to tell how it's going to feel, you know. Listen. Mephilus is a close friend. Mephilus and I, we get coffee together every Tuesday between break time here at GUN. Oh, Mephilus, that's a different person. Mephilus is the worst. Luckily, we left him in a like time vortex or whatever. We don't talk about him anymore. Mephilus though. Mephilus, great person. Mephilus, bad person. Different people. There's a huge difference, and the whole look at what I can do was a nobody in Unity. This isn't Unity. Every engine's different, and who knows, this could be IGN being bad Sonic play. That exactly, Exactly. Like, I feel like a lot of IGN stuff I've watched where they've played past Sonic games, I'm like, what are you doing? That's not how the game's even, like, designed to be played. But this guy said he's played it for 4 hours, so, like, I would imagine that, like, I don't know, he at least somewhat knows what he's doing. But I wish that there was a HUD so I could kind of see more what's going on. Like, is there a boost gauge? Does it work like the previous boost games, or like Sonic Rush and Sonic Unleashed, where it's, you know, you press it, you get like 5 seconds of boost, and then you have to press it again? Or is it a hold it down situation? All these would be things I would want to know. Is it me, or I kind of find it weird that Sonic kind of just ran up on the robots after climbing, which kind of disobeyed the laws of physics for a moment? I don't think I know exactly the moment you're talking about, but... yeah, there's a lack of UI, yeah. I don't know if that's just something they haven't implemented into the game yet, or if they just turned it off to show off the game itself a little more. Toon Man says the best I could figure out is that it's the Wii PS2 port boost gauge, because I've noticed in past trailers they tend to spam it and they never hold it down. But once again, that could just be IGN being bad at Sonic games. I feel like I watched them play a boost game like that before, where instead of holding it down like a normal person would, they just press it. I don't know. Slytherin, yeah, thank you so much for the crowns. No, it totally looks like Breath of the Wild. And I was talking about earlier, sound design and visual design are 100% inspired by Breath of the Wild. There's no debating that. In fact, even in this, I think, like, in the quote that's about to appear on screen, they say, like, open world things like Zelda. they mention it. So... they know. It's definitely intentional. But does it match with, does it mesh with Sonic is the thing. Danimals, thank you for 5 millions. Control! I feel like a lot of people already wrote this game off due to reused assets and reusing the engine. It's not even the final build yet. That's fair. They don't have a whole lot more time, though, I think is what a lot of people are getting up in arms about. There's only 5 months left until launch of the game. Presumably, anyway. Yeah, here's the quote. It's talking about how they took those ideas and translated them for Sonic. And this IGN man, whatever his name is, I don't know if he said his name, but whoever's playing this did say that he thinks that this works. Like, he thinks that Sonic in an open world setting definitely works, even though there's a little bit of bugs that they need to iron out. So, but like I was saying, it's not the final build, and we don't even know how old this footage is. This could very well be from January or earlier. It just seems like it'd be a weird kind of decision to show off that old of footage now, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to talk about, Nathan. Because, yeah, they have to at least have the discs ready, like, a couple months in advance. So, they don't have too much time. Yeah, show us what you got. Not old footage, says Unlikely Hydra. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean... Who am I kidding? like I wouldn't buy the game. Are you kidding me? Either we get a good old day one patch, or we get what we see. Yeah, I think at the very least there'll be a patch. SSB Thomas, thank you for subscribing. I do like the birds. I like the fastest birds in the universe. I want to go back to... Or is it coming up? How close are we to this? I think it's about to happen. My favorite part of this trailer. Oh, here's the Mutos again. Straight up, these guys are the Mutos, man. Like... It's this guy. It's straight up this guy. No one can tell the difference. I really like these new concepts for combat. I think that's gonna be the most fun part of the game for me anyway. New stuff wise is learning how all of this new combat stuff works. I'm really intrigued with how this game is going to end up. I guess just like I really just I want to play it. I keep saying that, but like there's so many things that like they talk about but you don't get to see, like the skill tree, how all that's implemented. I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about these strangers like me. They kind of remind me of the Nobodies or Heartless from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit, for sure. What is Sonic kicking out from his feet? Yeah, there's a few different things. That one move just looks like Sonic Wind, which I think is so cool. It'd be great if they were just straight up like, yeah, that's Sonic Wind. There it is. This is my favorite part. It's that static image and the bird just going. Should have take my money moment here with this in Origins. I want them now. Yeah, I already gave him money for Sonic Origins, so we're totally playing that. And then yeah, by the way, guys, we're doing a Sonic Origins launch stream, so we'll be doing an early stream. We'll probably start around 8:30 or 9 a.m. on Sonic's birthday, and we'll play through it. We'll do all 4 games. I'm stoked. Watch it be that this is the only footage they have. Also, I'm at least glad they somewhat kept the tornado attack from Heroes, says Toon Man. Yeah. Sonic would never use a hammer. Did Sonic use a hammer at some point? I don't know what that's in reference to, Kimasabe. A full overview trailer would have been the best way to start. The secrecy is too much. Says Hot Goggles. Yeah. It just seems weird, right? To just be like, here's your first look at the game with zero context. It's Sonic in a field. Okay. You know what I mean? This would have been a better thing to show off, first and foremost. And then you can show off Sonic running in a field. This just feels like what should have been the first thing. I don't know. That's my opinion about it. Sonic's legs are strong. Dude, he's been training with Mephilas, dude. I'ma fill up my water cup, am I right? I'm gonna suck so hard at Origins, I suck at the classic games. The only way to get better is by playing. You know what I mean? I'm not very good at them either. I'll be here if I can, maybe getting an internship. We'll see. regardless, always fun to be here. Thanks for all you do, and I look forward to chatting on Origins. Oh, thank you, Dylan. Thank you for being here, for sure, and thank you for modding. I appreciate you. This game looks awesome. And I feel like that's, you know, that's not up for debate. You know, this game does look visually great. There's just a few hiccups. and I think biggest of all is context. We got like 0 context, but we'll see. Yeah, I really can't wait for June 9th just because that's hopefully more of a mix of story and gameplay trailer. Did they mention that and I just glanced over it? Because I know, like, you know, this is a month-long sort of thing. It's just a weird way to advertise your game. I just, like, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, why do it this way? Like, do it in a different order, right? Like, it just seems so silly. It seems so bizarre. Real 33 Panda Gamer. I think this game's gonna have a pretty solid story, just based on Ian Flynn's involvement. But what's happening on June 9th, we'll likely see more of this, is what's happening. My only gripes with the game so far is the animation looks unfinished. The general world and enemy design doesn't feel Sonic-y to me. The random pop-in and just random floating platforms feel really weird. Yeah, I think that that's stuff that can definitely, hopefully, be polished up before release. We'll see. Experiencing interruptions. Uh-oh. What does this mean? Okay, we're still live. Okay. Hey guys, look at my analytics. There you all are. Thanks for being here. Music just stopped, so I was like, are we good? Looks like we're good. Okay. I don't need to hear it. But I guess you do. Hold on. That's a good point. Oh, maybe the playlist is just over. How about, like, we just go back here. Okay. I'm going to hit you with Sonic Speed. You can still hear that. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all that matters. Time for tears. You know, I just want to see more. I think that's all I can really say. The thing that's strange to me was that I was getting the impression Sega was proud of this title, showing it off at the Game Awards and Summer Games Fest show conferences. I'm sure they are proud of the game. I think I think they're just doing a really bad job of showing it off. I don't know, man. Like, it's just, like, so bizarre to do it the way that they've done it. I don't understand the thought process of it. It seems like you want to lead context first, not here's Sonic in a field first. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a nerd that watches and consumes Sonic content. Chat, we are data. We are data. Bum ba bum 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 bum. Watch the full context come last. It's just like, show the HUD. It's simple things like show the HUD. Show. I don't know. It's so weird. I'll say that, like, that video that we got today is probably the better of what they've shown off. So I'm hopeful, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What if there's no HUD? There's just like no way to know what you've collected or like anything. They're like, you know, we had this fantastic new idea. No one's ever done it before, for good reason, but we thought we would try it anyway. Hold on a second. I'm gonna try and reconnect my headphones because that's what happened on my end at the same time as the music ending. So. Okay, there we go. Oh man, it's the banger. Oh man, I love this song. I didn't even know it was playing. I appreciated seeing the game aspects in one video with the dude narrating. At least we could orient ourselves. Exactly. And like I keep saying, that's what they should have led with. Like, it seems like that should have been the first video. It's so weird. Yeah, HUD means heads-up display, which is gonna be like your boost gauge, your lives, your rings. Yeah, seems silly, but if there's no HUD, then we will get lost. Yeah, no kidding. We'd be very lost. It would be a hilarious thing to do, though. Like, what a decision. What hashtag risky business. Catgirl, thanks for hanging out. The museum is the Sonic 3D Blast Island. Man, I'm so stoked for that game. Once again, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. We're doing a full playthrough of that on the 23rd to celebrate Sonic's birthday. I think they're trying to do a slow burn type of reveal, as strange as it is, probably in an attempt to hype up the game for the entire month. Unfortunately, their efforts aren't working. Yeah, not the way that they thought they would anyway. I guess when you put it that way, I can kind of see their logic, but it's so goofy to me. Wait.
Phyllis the Dark.
Phyllis the Dark. Sorry, let's do it one more time. Give me one more Mephilus, please. Can I get a Mephilus in the chat?
In November, Super Shadow is joining the battle. This Halloween, watch out for Mephilus the Dark.
Mephilus the Dark. Is that a TikTok dance? Can it be a TikTok dance? Can you guys make that a TikTok dance? I don't know. Should I make a TikTok? Anyway. Mephilus. Oh yeah, they said his name wrong. It's a weird name though. I don't blame that guy in the slightest. I remember when all we had, like, there was no footage of anyone saying that character's name yet, and just reading it, I was like, Me-Files? Me-Files. That's what I called him. Mephilus is at least close. It's just so funny to me. Mephilus. Well, Mephilus? Mephilus? Let's hit the bricks. Mephilus. Me-Files was common. So was Mephiles. Yeah. Yeah, I was team Me-Files. I was 12 at that point. Me-Files. Memphis, Tennessee, yeah. Yeah. And on that day, the announcer was fired. I doubt it. I doubt it. That's their fault. I'm sure they actually probably told him, like, it was probably in parentheses pronounced this way. And he was just like, Mephilus. It's really not even like a totally wrong pronunciation. It's more like your emphasis is just in the wrong spot. Mephilus. 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 Hold on. I want to read, like, I want to read some of the, like, some of the script to that game and change Mephilus to Mephilus. Sonic 06 Shadow script. Oh, thank God. Shout out to Sonic News Network, Sonic.fandom. They've got his entire script here. Okay. You guys ready? Here we go. The former king of Soliana used to reside in this castle, but a major accident occurred 10 years ago, and no one's lived here since. Accident? I heard a prototype engine failed. Which caused the accident. I said engine twice, it's energy engine, I don't care. I think the name of the plan was the Solaris Project. It was an ambitious project named after the Returnal Sun God. Doctor, it's been a while, my dear Rouge, and of course, Shadow. Now, if you'd be so kind as to hand back the Scepter of Darkness you took from me. Egg Gunner surrounds Shadow and Rouge, who dodge a blast from one of them. As Rouge flies up, Eggman knocks her down with his Eggmobile, causing her to drop the Scepter of Darkness. Ah! Shadow saves Rouge. No! The Scepter of Darkness shatters against the ground, and the robots short-circuit. Shadow approaches the Scepter when the dark smoke leaks from it. Shadow! Darkness shoots in the air from the Scepter. It's no use! Pull back! Pull back! Pull back! Eggman flies away in the Eggmobile. The flying Shadow knocks down all the robots before shooting into the ground in front of Shadow. So the flying Shadow being the stuff that came out of the Scepter, not Shadow himself. Shadow's shade is drawn into some dark smoke, and Mephilus emerges. I forgot why I was doing this. And Mephilus emerges from it. What? His shadow! Oh, how ironic fate can be. I would never have believed I would be resurrected through your shade. I thank you, Shadow the Hedgehog. Who are you? And how do you know my name? I'm Mephilus. Mephilus the Dark. What? Did you forget me? I owe much to you, Shadow. Oh yes. What you gave to me, I now return to you. A one-way ticket to oblivion. Mephilus surrounds himself, Shadow and Rouge, in a purple orb, and all three of them disappear. Zion, thank you for $4.99. I'm so excited for y'all to play this game. Also, I drove 24 hours from Louisiana to South Carolina. I'm so tired. Good lord. I hope you get some rest.
Chaos control!
Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. So we're now in the destroyed world, Crisis City. A purple orb appears and deposits Shadow and Rouge from it. What is this place? It seems we've been teleported to another location. Well, let's find out where we are. Rouge runs away. Mephilus. Screen turns grayscale. Who is he? Shadow follows Rouge. Let's see. Crisis City. Shadow and Rouge are in a computer room. I'm in. I've pinpointed our location. It's... Taps on keyboard and screen appears. No, that's not possible. We're still in the Doctor's base. But how can that be? Wait, there's no doubt now. So it's not where we are. Rouge taps on keyboard and more information appears on the screen. Rouge gasps. It appears we've gone through time, doesn't it? Yes, approximately 200 years. Maybe more depending on when this database was last updated. Well, at least we've arrived in the future. That means that Mephiles' character has the power to control time. His power feels very similar to my own chaos control. But Shadow Rouge here bumps in the next room. Sonic and Tails appear in Knuckles. Let's see. I'll talk about Phyllis for a while because they just sort of get cocky with each other. Don't be late. Same to you. That happens. I don't think that like we really. So Rouge returns to the present. Shadow remains in the past, or I'm sorry, in the future. So, decided to void your return ticket now, did you? Why are you here? Did you ruin this world? The answer's yes. And no. Perhaps it's better to show you. Mephiles snaps his fingers, and a cage with a future version of Shadow imprisoned in it appears. Shadow looks at it with wide eyes. Is this all just... this is something I've just always had the question of. Is that actually him, or is that just like a little, like vision of him, you know? Does Mephiles just have access to the actual imprisoned Shadow from that future? Hey, Dylan, thanks for hanging out. Mephiles sounds normal now. It's like a Luigi. Alright, sadly I have to run. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Lots of fun as always to chat with the chat. Catch you next time, Vinny and all. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Yes, that's you. After the world was devastated by Iblis's flames, what do you think happened? A search for the guilty. What did this, you may ask? Humanity wasn't just jealous of your power. They feared it. They used this incident as an excuse to hunt you down. Come with me, Shadow. Let us punish this foolish world of humanity. It is only fair to give back what was intended for you. You have every right to want justice. That's absurd. Whatever it is you want to do, you can do it alone. You forgive humanity this folly, then? I determine my own destiny. Mephiles transforms into his crystalline form and prepares to fight Shadow. For me, it feels like it's the actual Shadow from that time period, but Mephiles is lying as to why Shadow's locked up. Like, in reality, he actually willingly locked himself up. That's an interesting concept. I like that. It's Mephiles' Shadow action figure. That's hilarious. Flamecore. Mephiles is down as Shadow approaches him, but Mephiles gets up and knocks Shadow into a tree with an energy ball, incapacitating him. As Mephiles moves towards Shadow, Omega appears and shoots between Mephiles and Shadow. Omega! Now is the designated time. I shall assist. Omega retracts his arm cannons. Mephiles is knocked down and tries to get up as Shadow and Omega face him. Mephiles gets back on his feet and forms a purple orb that he escapes into. Mephiles! Shadow and Omega jump into the orb just before it disappears. Mephiles. The weird thing about Mephiles is that he has no mouth. That's true, Slytherin. This music plus this story. Yeah, you know. Alright. I think we've milked Mephiles enough. I mean, Mephiles is willing to lie and trick Silver. Why not the same for Shadow? Yeah, that's true. That's true too, man. 9S, holy crap. Keep being you, Vinny. Also, I love how you pronounce Mephiles. Thank you, 9S. Listen, I owe it all to the announcer, man. 9S, that's very, very, very kind of you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you're able to afford your groceries this month. Thank you very much. I think we're about to wrap this up. I mean, I think we've talked about all we can talk about, really. I think, once again, the most hype announcement from this for me is probably the Sonic Symphony. I think that's probably the coolest thing that we've gotten here. I'm stoked, and like I said, I hope they do more than just, you know, like a few locations. Like, I hope that they do a pretty vast tour with it. I would like to see at least more than one US location. I know that's really selfish, but I feel like typically they'll be like, okay, we took this to New York, we took it to LA. But I'd like for them to tour a little bit more with it. So, anybody got anything they want to hear my thoughts on before we close it out? I always wondered how Omega was able to survive so long in stasis. You know, he's just taking a nap, just a little robot nap. I don't know. We've had 2 games where that's happened, though. Isn't that weird? It happens in Sonic Forces, too. I've been good, Lucky Tales Game Room. Thanks for asking. I hope you've been good as well. Mophilus has a mouth, just no lips. I guess when you put it that way, he's got no mouth hole, though. He's got a muzzle. He just doesn't have, like, a mouth. Thank you again, 9S. Appreciate you. I hope they come to Arizona. Yeah, I hope they hit up like all of you know. I hope they do like at least quadrants of the United States. But and selfishly, I'm like, just come to Seattle. My thoughts on Sonic Origins, I'm so stoked for it, and hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, because we're going to be doing a playthrough of the game on June 23rd. Probably starting around 9 a.m. on June 23rd, so I hope to see you there. Okay. You know, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciated watching through this Sonic Central with you guys. We got to see some new exciting products. I think, like, the other thing that I'm super stoked on, again, is that Jack-specific Eggmobile. I think that's so cool. I can't believe it's taken until 2022 for that kind of product to exist. It seems like, in my brain, it seems like such an easy... like it seems like, why hasn't this been done before? It just blows my mind. It seems like such, like, you could just sell the Eggmobile on its own and then the different components for it. Like, it seems like, how has this not been done yet? If they do Seattle, it'll be a rainy water level. Yeah, man, Seattle's basically Station Square if Chaos never left. We live in water. Sonic Kid says, hey Vinny, I want to say you always brighten my day when I'm having a bad day. You're my favorite, and I want to say you're like a brother to me, including Can. Hey, thank you so much, Sonic Kid. Appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy the content. Please come to Texas. Hope they come to Arizona. Yeah, like I said, I hope they hit up, like, I hope it's a big tour. I really, really do. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's gonna do it. I think we're gonna wrap her up. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I had a good time. I hope you did as well. Join me this Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time when we return to another Sonic game. Actually, don't know what we're playing this weekend. I'll do a poll on Twitter. Follow me at SuperNintendo64 on Twitter, and I'll put like 3 or 4 Sonic games. All right, you know what? I can do a poll on the community tab too. We'll do both. And we'll play whatever you guys vote for. But thank you again for hanging out with me, everybody, and for watching through Sonic Central with me. And we'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna miss you. Take care.